Hey guys, so if you happen to read the description box in yesterday's video, I was very cryptic about what I had on for eyeshadows. And it wasn't my intention to be that way, it's just if I had actually listed the products that I used, you would have been scratching your head going, what? That doesn't make any sense. So I figured instead of putting something that didn't make any sense in the description box, I would just do a video about it today. Okay, so if you've been subscribed to me for a while, then you know that I love to repurpose products and try them out and use them in ways that they were not intended to be. I feel like I need to put in a little disclaimer here now because it is not always a good idea to use your products in a way that they weren't intended to be used, because it can be anything from irritating or uncomfortable to dangerous. The makeup companies use specific ingredients for a reason for different products because of what I just said. And so I don't advocate doing what I'm about to do. I don't recommend it. I have to throw this little disclaimer in here for my own protection so that nobody can come back and say, oh, I did what you did, except I used this and that product and now this and that happened to me and it's your fault. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, please don't use a product on your face in any way unless it's the way it was intended to be used by the makeup company. Okay, having said that, today we're going to use something in an unconventional way. I love experimenting with all my products and using things in different ways. I've done everything from using a lipstick as a blush. I've just used so many of my products in so many different ways, but one way that I have never tried was to use a lipstick as a cream eyeshadow or an eyeshadow base. It's just not something I had ever tried. So yesterday I had on MAC Blankety Lipstick, which looks like that. It's just sort of a dark nude or a pinky brown, I would say, lipstick by MAC. And I put that on my eyes and used it sort of as an eyeshadow base. And then what I did was I took my NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette and used some of the products in here on my eyes to complete the look. So I'm going to do it a little different today, just to show you a variety of looks using the same product, but I do want to explain now what I did yesterday in case you were curious. So I took the MAC Blankety lipstick and I put it all over the lids and somewhat in the crease, and then I used this shade as a highlight shade. I figured that was the only one that I hadn't tried yet, so I would try it. And then I used this shade as my contour or crease color, and then I put this shade on my lids, and I applied all of these over the MAC Blankety lipstick. So we're going to try something a little different today. I have on makeup, but I didn't put on any eye makeup because that's just what I'm going to show you right now. So the way that I did this was I just applied some directly from the tube onto my finger. And this is an amplified cream finish, in case you're curious. So I just put some on like that, and then I just put it all over the lid to start with. So it's this really pretty like pinky brown color or a dark nude. And then I go a little bit into the outside part of the crease and in the middle. Now if you have really oily eyelids, this is not going to work for you, because the oils in the lipstick are going to make your eyeshadows or any products you put on top of it crease. I have dry skin pretty much everywhere, So I can get away with this, but yeah, unless you have dry skin, this may not work too well for you. So now I'm just putting some on my other index finger and doing the same thing on this side. So this is basically like a dark nude or medium to dark nude eyeshadow base. And you know, I went through all my cream eyeshadows and I have nothing even close to this. So you would think that I would. If anybody has a cream eyeshadow this color, let me know, because I don't. I mean, I'm sure there is one out there, but okay, so now I've got this pinky brown or dark nude base to start with. Instead of using what I used yesterday, I pulled out a couple of MAC eyeshadows that I want to play around with here on top of this base. Okay, this is Jest. Sort of a peachy color. Did I hold that up long enough? Sometimes, you know, it takes a while for the camera to focus. So that's Jest. And then the other one I was considering was Arena, which is also a peach, but just a different shade of peach. Now, I just picked up some debris from the palette there, because I use that particular palette to take shadows from other palettes and put it in that. So I think that was MAC Carbon that was on my fingers there. So I'm kind of like on the fence about these two shades. What I might even do is, one is like a lighter icy frosty peach. The other one is more of a warm shade. This color, this blankety color, is pretty warm, but I don't know. I really want to try the lighter one, which is Jest. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so I'm gonna take Jest, and now I'm gonna use my ring finger and just put some on my ring finger and pat it on the center of my eyelid to start with, just to try out the color. Ooh. So this is a warm shade, but not really too warm, because it's got that lightness and brightness to it. Okay, I like that. So I'm just gonna put a little more and then just do the entire lid area. Can't speak. Okay, now I'm gonna put some on the other ring finger. It's funny, I am right-handed, but when it comes to makeup, I'll do everything on this side of my face with my right hand and then everything on this side of my face with my left hand. So I guess I'm ambidextrous. And I never really thought of myself as being that, because when it comes to doing anything other than makeup, I do everything with my right hand. Oh, I like this Jest over this blankety shade. That is pretty. And you know what, with that warmth in the crease already, I feel like I don't really need to do a crease color. I like the blankety there. Now, did I do anything for a brow highlight? I don't think I did. I just filled in my eyebrows and I didn't touch that. So let's see, what could we do as a brow bone highlight? It almost doesn't even need one, because the blankety got blended so well because it's a cream product that I don't have a harsh line there, but yet my skin color almost works as a highlight. So I think I'm gonna just leave this with the blankety and the Jest. Now let's do some eyeliner. I'm gonna start with Wet n Wild Kohl. Let's see. Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl eyeliner in Calling My Buff, and I'm going to do my waterline with this. Now the question is, what are we going to do for my tight line, my upper waterline? I had been using taupe a lot, but I think for this look, I think I'm going to go let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with my Maybelline Master Kajal in Midnight Brown for this look. And I'm just going to do my upper waterline or the tight line. I like this combo much better than what I did yesterday. What I did yesterday was so warm that it was almost too warm, I think, for my skin tone. I mean, this is warm too, but I feel like I can pull this off a little bit better because you've got the lightness of the Jest to balance it out. Okay, so got our eyeliner done. Now I'm going to do Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus Mascara. And I think it only comes in one shade. It's called Amped Up Black. One other thing I should mention about safety, using products in a way that they're not intended to be used. I know off the top of my head, I mean, absolutely do your own research, you know, Google this as much as you want or need to, but I know that red pigments in the eye area are usually a no-no. I mean, there are some red, obviously there are red and burgundy and pink eyeshadows out there, but I know that the makeup companies have to be careful what they use for red pigment to make those products. So if you were thinking about trying some of your red or burgundy or pink lipsticks for eyeshadows, you might want to think twice about that. That's why I decided to go with the Blankety and do you know, a neutral type look, but I really love neutral eyeshadows anyway. But yeah, you may want to think twice about doing something like that, using especially a red lipstick in the eye area, because it just might not be a good idea from a safety vantage point. But I'm really, really happy about the way this turned out. So as it turns out, Blankety is a fantastic eyeshadow base, or at least I think so. I think the MAC Jest eyeshadow just in the lid area on top of that ended up being a really great combination. So if you're brave enough and you're willing to take some risks, take a look at your neutral lipsticks. If you don't have oily skin, that is, I should say that, because my skin is so dry that almost nothing that I put in my eye area ever creases on me. I mean, I'm lucky in that regard, but I mean, it's no fun to have dry skin because then you get wrinkles and fine lines and stuff from that. But the upside is you can use as much moisture as you want with cream eyeshadows and things like that. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. You know, repurposing your neutral lipsticks, especially, I would say, as a cream eyeshadow, because I have nothing for a cream eyeshadow even close to this shade. But I think I might, I don't know, I think I might explore that color family when it comes to cream eyeshadows, because really, really loving the way this turned out. And MAC Blankety, like I said, is an amplified cream, so it feels so nice when you put it on. But that's it for today, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.